Aries, welcome back. I am here to do your reading for the week of the 14th. So today's the 14th, starting this Monday, and this will go through Sunday the 20th. I'm not going to do the astrology this week because it's actually relatively quiet. Obviously, we had this big full moon just a few hours ago. Moon is still in Aries as I do this. But it will be moving into Taurus, actually, which means it's going to conjunct Uranus over the next couple of days. So that may be a little shock to the system. I did want to mention one thing, because I've noticed it in my own. If you are heavy Taurus in your chart, or if you know people who are Tauruses or Tauri, I don't know what the plural is of that, but Tauruses. Remember, they have Uranus going through their chart right now, or through their sign. And Taurus is all about stability. It is a fixed earth sign. So it is literally the most unmovable sign of all signs. So they don't like change at all. And they're getting like lots of shocks to their system in different ways. And so I know a lot of the Taurus in my life are having not an easy time of it. And they can react in two ways. They can fall apart, or they can become very aggressive. Because it's like, it's the bull. So what happens when you wake the bull? So if you have a Taurus who is acting up, like my ex-husband, understand that that's why. Try and do as many energy releasing meditations, sabotage energy meditations, so you can kind of protect yourself against that. I have my gold obsidian, and actually this is an obsidian also, even though it's green. So yes, so if you're having an issue with the Taurus people and they're acting up and have become very aggressive or unmanageable and are dumping a lot of this anxiety that is building up within them onto you, just do a protection meditation for yourself. All right, so I'm going to do the cards for the week, as I said. Let's get the energy for the week for Aries. Week of October 14th, 2019. What's the energy for the week, this upcoming week for Aries? October 14th, 2019. What's the energy? Oh, nice. So, creative energy. Let's get the message. No, I want to do the challenge first. Sorry. Let's do the challenge. What is the challenge for Aries for this week? What is the challenging energy this week? Or what's the challenge? Okay. Two of Pentacles, living moment to moment. So learning kind of how to go to the flow, or go with the flow, but also learning how to use even these stepping stones that may look like obstacles, but actually they're helping you get to the next path. So the little rocks along your way that may get stuck in your shoe, try and walk on them to the next thing. And it's interesting because there's also this creation energy here, and you see the kind of the clouds here around her, and the rainbows around him sort of mirror each other. So it might be, pay attention to the energy around you. Use it to inspire you, and just take little baby steps, one step at a time, towards your destination. You don't have to move in big leaps and bounds, just one piece at a time. Now this Two of Pentacles is, remember, it's like the juggling in the traditional tarot, and he's kind of like stuck in a loop because he can't put one down or the other. So one step at a time, focus on moving forward as opposed to getting stuck into those loops. Now, can we have the message for the week? What's our message for this week? Okay. Oh, nice. All right, so these are good cards. I mean, there's not supposed to be good cards, bad cards, but these are welcome cards. Serendipity, lots of good luck. So it looks like good energy, and that the full moon was powerful, but that full moon, as I've been saying also in the comments, talking to some people, is long term. And I get this feeling that that full moon's going to be like 5-6 months, like it'll take the full time to expand. So it's not necessarily immediately. This week looks very nice in terms of trying to be a little bit more playful, maybe enjoying more of that Libra energy, not taking things too seriously. You'll sort of start to see that things are happening in a way that's serendipitous as you move forward step by step in creating the environment around you or in channeling the messages. Can I have 3 cards, please, for the story this week for Aries? What's the story this week for Aries? October 14th, 2019. 3 cards for the story, please. Three cards for the story, please, for Aries, week of October 14th. Okay, star, nice. Very nice cards this week. And that star kind of replicates that little shamrock in the sky. So you may get some wishes fulfilled this week. Some things that you've been hoping for is starting to see come true. Nice. 2 more cards, please, for the story for this week, October 14th. Ooh, very nice. Geez, these are good cards. I love these readings. Empress. So really, also being in that creative power. This is the Libra sign. So moving into, especially with Mars in Libra right now, moving into that full, the beauty expression of Libra, being able to take from that air energy, the creative that comes around it, and beautifying sort of the area around you. 1 more card, please, for the story. What's the story here this week? 1 more card, please. Again, 2 major arcana. We keep getting a lot of major arcana in our readings. Those are like big movements, big moments. 1 more card, please, for the story for the week of October 14th. Ooh. This deck is funny. It's a little bit shy. 1 more card, please, for Aries, week of October 14th. That's the last piece here in this. Lots of women. So there may be okay. And then we have the 6 of Cups. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be, I would say, move into like playful energy, creative energy, planting, blossoming, sharing, nurturing, watering your ideas. Sorry about that alarm. Oh, look at that. Just went off. Channeling, like moving into a very sort of feminine, fun, nurturing, childlike energy. Like try and enjoy also the peace that comes because there's not too many astrological aspects this week. Take things one step at a time, but also it's kind of like, dancing from one step to the next. And enjoy this path as it unfolds. as we continue to nurture and bring into, like, you know, so it's like here it's this thing that we've been nurturing, this hope and wish and thing that we've been investing so much of our life energy into, starting to grow, and starting to be able to like make an offering with it. You know, it's almost like it's literally in chronological order. You've watered something, it's grown, and now you're at a stage where it can be offered to someone else. So perhaps you're actually like bringing something forward this week, some sort of creation. If you're a creative person, it's time to, or maybe you get an offer for something. It looks like women will play prominently in bringing you news, luck, development, wisdom, helping you move forward to the next step here, bringing an offer or considering an offer. But looks very nice. You know, good luck. And there's all these plants in it again. It's like there's so much of this plant energy here. Let's get, I don't want to do it too long, so let's do a spirit animal for the week. What's the spirit animal? Okay. The whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. I haven't seen this one yet, so let's read this and see if it gives us a little bit more insight into the other cards. Okay, whale spirit. Whale spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on the planet, for better, for worse. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form. Okay, so that's this, right? This is the hidden realms. This is the major arcana before it manifests. Whale keeper or whale spirit is the keeper singing the soul of the whole world. So that's that music there. From the deepest waters of the coldest sea. When whale spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand. And that's that kind of also like moving forward one step at a time, guided by these sort of colorful waves of the universe. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Okay, so that's very nice. So, you know, there's an aspect of trust here, obvious. But, you know, these are all kind of luck cards. I would say that any dreams, pay attention to your dreams. I had a really like strong power. You know, when you wake up from a dream about a person that either you know or don't know, but when you wake up, you know them. So I would pay attention to the messages that come into your dreams. Pay very strong attention to your intuition, because it sounds like the whale spirit is trying to, and look, you see the sort of like lines on those cards, repeat the lines there. So it's like the sort of universal spirit of all that is definitely going to be showing up in ways that are serendipitous. So pay attention also to, so not only to your dreams and kind of like whispers that you get into your ear. You know how it's like sometimes you feel like you're talking to yourself, but it's actually another voice. And sometimes an exercise that I'll do is that, like, if I find that there's like a conversation going on in my head about clarity, like actually listen to what the voice is saying to you. And this one, pay attention to any sort of serendipitous event, anything that's like, oh my God, how did that happen? Or I can't believe that you are wearing that same shirt. I can't believe that you and I have the same flower pinned to our, so look for kind of like little things that are shared between two people this week, as those are maybe the way the universe is going to be communicating with you, and trust that when you get those little signals or symbols, that it is actually, see those birds are carrying that wind, right? That the messages that you're going to get this week, or sort of the intuitions or the feelings, are coming from this sort of universal soul as you move into this manifestation phase. That even though it may not entirely be 100% clear where you're headed or where you're going, trust in the step by step right now. Take things one thing at a time. If you have major decisions to make, like if you're dealing with big projects and that it's one of those like yarn balls of, I don't know what to do, because if I pick this happens. If I do this happens. If I do that, this happens. Just take whatever decision is immediately in front of you. You don't have to solve the entire problem yet, because it's possible that things will move to sort of alter that course. So just take the immediate next step that's in front of you, listening to your intuition and moving sort of with the waves of, as the universe sort of gently guides you and pushes you forward to where you're going, or to where you need to be, before you actually start seeing the change that you've been putting into place. Now, we will have seen on some level, whatever it is that we've been working on, that change, we've definitely started to see some of it. But there are still some major decisions to be taken, as that new or full moon talked about. This week, I would say stay in a very sort of light energy. Taking things one step at a time, and being very confident that that the serendipitous events that happen, that sometimes we get like bowled over by them, but sometimes we kind of take them for granted. I believe they're trying to get your attention this week. So pay attention to any sort of communication that feels divine, because it is. And you have this beautiful Empress here blessing you right in the middle. So, look at those two cards. Awesome. Great. So I'll cut it here. Have a lovely week, and I will see you next week, next Monday.